everyone, welcome back to the channel. We got some gameplay footage for the new Halloween game coming out next year, September 8th I think it is. Now I'm going to go and slow down some of this footage of Myers and loop it so we can really analyse the nerdy stuff. Here's the first bit here, the mask, the hair. You can notice there's actual horns on his right side, our left. You can see that very distinct horn there in the hair, like a little devil horn. Here we have him walking around. I wish there was a couple of people, you know, just on the streets, you know, trick-or-treaters, stuff like that. It looks very dead apart from, I guess, the people you have the option of killing. You can see he's holding the knife there. Coveralls look really good. The environment looks really good. Not fantastic, you know. I guess it's Unreal Engine 5, they say in the trailer. I just muted the whole video because I don't know how that's going to work with copyright, so I think I'm okay with the footage here. But yeah, it looks a bit sparse for life. You know, the environments do look really good, but from the little I played of the Friday the 13th game, it looks very similar to that. Just, you know, you can tell by that one bit where someone's kind of walking into a house and Michael's watching him, like right here. That reminds me of one of the little missions you could do in the single player on Friday the 13th. I don't know, just the way it looks, the way it's playing out. So I'm just worried about the whole time limit thing. I've said that before about this subject. I just hope there's at least a mode where you can just take your time. Look, you can see through the mask. That's what I was asking for, and it's in the game, so that's awesome. We got first person mode. Looks like you can walk around in first person. This looks amazing. You can see the horns again, but just the way Michael walks, you know, they really got that looking good here. Approaching a bedroom. And all the detail with the photos on the wall, the lighting. Oh, and I turned up the brightness for all of this quite a lot so that we could see better. Oh, here we go. Boo bam. Brutal. Yeah, look at the mask here. I like the way it changes in the lighting and the way the light affects the hair as well. We'll zoom in here. Yeah, the mask itself looks decent. I mean, I don't mind if it stays like this, but I think it could do with a few tweaks, like the eye cuts and just some other little details here and there. But generally, it's pretty good for a 78 Michael Myers mask. This whole shape floating thing, whatever they call it, I don't know. I was wondering how they were going to do this, you know, because Michael doesn't run. So when someone spots you coming for him and they start running away, how the hell are you ever going to catch them? I guess that's your only option, is to do your little shape burst or whatever, I forget what it's called. But this was pretty cool. Where he gets up again, just like in the movie. Zoom in, his knife disappears when he moves. Watch that. Go on. Weird. So hopefully they tweak little things like that. But the effect of him shaping out and shaping around so no one can see him does look kind of creepy and cool. Yeah, so I'm more excited about this than most games coming out next year. We got Wolverine, looks decent. Saw the trailer for that. It looks brutal, but very similar to Spider-Man gameplay-wise, with the finishers and just the whole kind of combat. But obviously, it's going to be way more violent and visceral, so that's going to be sweet. GTA 6, obviously. I guess that's still my number one. This would be very close behind that. So they got plenty of time to tweak things, and I don't think we're going to be seeing trick-or-treaters, man, when you're walking around as Michael. I wish we could, but so that's the thing. They're like, well, if there were people walking around in the streets to make Haddonfield feel more alive, you'd have to have the option to kill them. It would be ridiculous if you just couldn't attack people in the street, but yet you can single out certain people in a house or whatever. So maybe that's the excuse, but it certainly looks very deserted. You know, the atmosphere looks good. Let's see, are there any trees like blowing in the wind? I need to notice that. I did notice all the shadows as Michael's walking under trees with the light passing through the trees. You can see the leaf shadows on him as he's walking past. That kind of detail's really nice. These interiors look really cool. And yeah, just that movement of the shape. We're finally going to get to be Michael Myers, man. This is nuts. You know, I'm all here just for the single player side of things. That's what I'm after. I mean, I'll try out the multiplayer, of course, but yeah, things are looking good. So we'll be getting more information as the months roll by. Just under a year until the game comes out. you know, it comes out September 8th, so you're gonna have enough time to kind of get used to the controls, and by the time it's October, you should be pretty proficient as the Shape or the Survivors, depending on who you want to play as. Everyone's going to want to play as Michael, so man, yeah. They didn't say anything about all the weapons you could pick up in the environment. If you can do that, I'm sure you can, hopefully. Maybe they did say that, I'm just forgetting. But that is a brutal kill. I thought it was a hammer the first time I saw that kill. I thought, oh, he just whacked him with a hammer, but no, it's definitely a kitchen knife being plunged into the chest area of the poor dude with the torch. But yeah, it's looking really good. Environments look good. I'm not seeing much leaf tree blowing in the wind movement at all, which coupled with the fact that there's not really any pedestrians or trick-or-treaters just walking around, or cars going by on the street. At least have cars going by every now and then, man. Come on. You know, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to look like. The people here that you can play as or kill, I guess. You know, not too bad. Old school phone, old school Haddonfield colour police cars. But yeah, you know, I want to see more movement on the streets with just wind, leaves blowing around. I can see leaves on the sidewalk and the street and stuff, but they're not moving. And I want some cars driving up and down the streets just to make the Haddonfield town feel a little bit more alive. Looks very still, but it's early days yet. So let me know what you think in the comments, folks. I'm still really excited about this. Great to get some gameplay. Drop a like on it for me. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Check me out on Instagram at DeanKnight333. And I will see you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.